Have you ever wondered why some women never chase, but still end up being the ones he can't stop thinking about, while others pour their energy into texts, calls, validation, and get nothing in return? That contrast isn't just luck, it's psychology, it's energy, and it's something you can learn. Because today we're going to explore how a woman who doesn't chase creates a level of obsession that lingers long after she's gone. This isn't about playing games or withholding love. It's about becoming the kind of woman whose presence is felt so deeply, so unmistakably, that even in silence, she echoes in his mind. Let's start here. Obsession doesn't begin with constant attention. It begins with impact. Most people confuse presence with pressure. They think that if they're always around, always reaching out, always available, it shows interest. But what it really does, especially in romantic dynamics, is dissolve curiosity. And once curiosity fades, desire follows. People don't become obsessed with what's always in front of them. They become obsessed with what they can't fully grasp. And that's what she understood. She never made herself into a puzzle, but she also never gave all the pieces away. You see, chasing changes your energy. It shifts you from magnetism to movement, from drawing in to running after. And the more you chase, the more someone pulls away. Not because they don't care, but because your energy no longer challenges them. It no longer invites them to wonder, to pursue, to reach. Obsession grows in the space between certainty and mystery, and she mastered that space. When she didn't chase, it wasn't because she didn't care. It was because she cared about herself enough to not collapse into someone else's story. She stayed rooted in her life, in her rhythm, in her values. And that's what made her stand out. In a world full of women trying to be chosen, she chose herself. And that kind of self-possession, it's unforgettable. He noticed, not right away, not all at once, but over time, when she didn't double text, when she didn't follow up after silence, when she didn't rush to fix the space between them. That absence, it didn't feel like indifference. It felt like gravity, like the kind of confidence you don't see often. It created a tension he couldn't name, a pull he couldn't ignore. While others filled the space with noise, she let silence speak, and that silence whispered volumes. What he didn't realize at first was that he was being trained, not manipulated, but rewired. Because the brain responds to reward unpredictability. When we don't know what's coming next, we focus more, we engage deeper, we get pulled in. And every time she didn't chase, his brain began to associate her with that kind of emotional charge. The mystery, the intrigue, the self-assuredness. It was addicting. She wasn't perfect, but she didn't need to be. What she was authentic, present without pressure, warm but not needy. Interested but not desperate. And that balance, that's what made him crave her presence. Because she gave without losing herself. And every time she did, she became a mirror, reflecting back to him the kind of connection he didn't even know he was missing. So now, days without her felt longer. Messages from others felt hollow. He couldn't quite explain it, but something was missing. Not a text, not a call, but a feeling. A kind of connection that didn't demand anything from him, yet still held him accountable to his own desire. That's the woman who becomes an obsession, not because she tried to be, but because she knew who she was. And here's the most important part. She never saw his attention as currency. She didn't treat connection like a transaction. She didn't give to get. She gave because she was full, not because she was empty. She shared because she wanted to, not because she needed approval. And that freedom, that energy, it was rare. It wasn't about pretending to be unavailable. It was about being whole. So much so that whether he stayed or left, she remained herself. He started noticing her in the little moments, not because she was loud, but because her absence had left an echo. He'd scroll through his phone, half looking for her name without even realizing it, wondering why she hadn't reached out. Not because she ever used to do it often, but because now that she wasn't, the silence felt different. It wasn't cold, it wasn't passive, it was charged. Like there was a message in the nothingness, a message that said, "I'm not waiting for you." That kind of energy makes people uncomfortable, especially those who are used to being chased. He wasn't used to a woman who didn't orbit around his attention. He wasn't used to someone who didn't flinch at his inconsistency, and that quiet confidence started to challenge him. At first, he thought it was a phase. Maybe she lost interest. Maybe she was playing hard to get. But with time, he realized it wasn't a tactic. It was just who she was. Grounded, certain, unbothered. And that kind of woman, she doesn't just disappear from a man's mind. She haunts it, not with guilt, but with wonder, because she becomes the comparison. Every time someone else texts him first, over-explains, fills the space with overcompensation, he remembers what she didn't do. She didn't beg. She didn't prove. She didn't collapse herself to be chosen. That's when he began to reflect, not just on her, but on himself. What was it about her that lingered? What was it that made her so unforgettable? It wasn't beauty. It wasn't charm. It was the way she held space for herself, the way she allowed herself to be fully present without overreaching, the way she didn't try to convince him of anything. He started realizing that what she offered wasn't attention, it was peace, a kind of emotional stillness that only people who have done their own healing can bring into a room. She didn't weaponize distance, but she didn't hand out access like a flyer either. She let him earn intimacy, not by playing games, but by being consistent, present, real. And if he wasn't, she didn't punish him. She simply redirected her energy back to herself, back to the life she was already building before he showed up. That kind of boundary, that's what keeps someone up at night, not because they feel guilty, but because they feel the loss of something real. And now she was no longer the woman who once liked him. She was the woman he wished he'd gotten to know better, the woman whose energy he underestimated. And it hit him slowly, like waves crashing on a quiet shore. Not loud, not sudden, but undeniable. She had become his standard, the kind of presence that made everything else feel a little less alive. What he didn't expect was that her silence would feel louder than anyone else's voice. It wasn't just the absence of a message, it was the absence of a feeling, the calm she brought, the balance, the subtle, steady certainty in her energy. He started to realize something. She wasn't trying to be unforgettable, she just was, and that's what shook him, because all the others tried so hard to be seen, to be heard, to be remembered, but she never needed that. She let him remember her on his own. That realization doesn't come fast. It sneaks in. It shows up in the quiet moments, when he's about to send a message and stops himself wondering what she's doing instead. When he laughs at something and instinctively thinks of her, then realizes it's been weeks. That slow burn of obsession doesn't come from intensity. It comes from the emotional imprint someone leaves behind. And hers was deeper than most. What made her different wasn't what she said. It was what she didn't say. She didn't overshare to gain closeness. She didn't ask where things were going every week. She didn't try to control the pace. She let things unfold. And while that might have made her seem distant to some, it made her magnetic to the right person. Because emotional maturity doesn't chase validation. It creates space for alignment. And she lived in alignment. He thought he had time, that she'd be there, that he could take things slow while he figured himself out. But she wasn't waiting, she was moving, growing, living, not to prove anything, not to show him what he lost, but because that's what she always did, with or without him. That kind of independence, it's rare, and people don't forget rare. He began to see what she had actually been offering all along: stability, respect, emotional safety. But he had confused her softness for simplicity. He thought that because she didn't fight for his time, she didn't value it. What he missed was that her silence wasn't a sign of weakness. It was strength, because it takes strength to not chase. It takes strength to stay still when every part of you wants to reach out. And now that she was gone, truly gone, he realized she had always been a step ahead. She wasn't reacting, she was responding. She wasn't withholding, she was choosing. And every time she chose to not text, to not explain, to not beg, she chose herself. That choice didn't make her colder, it made her clearer. And clarity, when you're used to chaos, feels like peace you don't know how to hold on to. That's when the obsession begins, not with her words, but with her presence. The way she made it feel okay to just be. The way she showed him a different version of love, not loud, not dramatic, but rooted. And once you feel something like that, everything else feels temporary. He tried to recreate it, that feeling, that ease, that quiet strength. But every time he connected with someone new, it felt like trying to relight a fire with damp wood. Nothing caught. Conversations felt forced. Laughs didn't echo the same. They said the right things. They showed interest. They responded quickly. But it all felt flat, like scripted lines in a play he wasn't invested in anymore, because the spark wasn't in what they said. It was in how she made him feel without needing to say anything at all. He couldn't describe it to his friends, couldn't explain why he still thought about her. There was no dramatic ending, no explosive fight. She just drifted out, like the tide pulling back quietly before a storm of realization hits. He thought it was temporary. He told himself she'd reach out. She always had before, just enough to keep the thread alive. But this time, nothing came. No likes, no messages, no sign she was still orbiting around him. And that's what made it real. She wasn't waiting in the wings. She wasn't sitting with her phone in her hand, wondering if he still cared. She had left with grace and without warning, not to punish him, not to manipulate, but because something inside her clicked. She'd finally understood that her worth was never meant to be a question mark in someone else's story. She wasn't meant to be an almost. She was a conclusion, and she started living like it. He replayed moments, not just to remember, but to feel again. The way she listened without needing to fix him. The way she didn't rush to fill silences because she wasn't afraid of them. The way she laughed, not to be liked, but because she was genuinely present. There were no walls, no games, just realness. And now that it was gone, it left a hollow that nothing else could fill. People talk about obsession like it's loud, like it shows up in constant messages or dramatic confessions. But the real kind, the one that lives in the mind, it's quiet. It hides in the gaps of your day. It speaks in memories and what-ifs. And that's where she lived now. Not in his inbox, not in his feed, but in his head, in the space where regrets echo louder than words ever could. He began to realize something important. She had never been emotionally unavailable. She had just been emotionally reserved. She didn't hand herself over cheaply. She didn't make herself endlessly accessible. And in doing so, she forced him to meet her at the same depth or lose her. And when he failed to go deeper, she didn't explain. She didn't demand. She simply removed herself from the table, quietly, entirely. That's what changed everything. She didn't chase closure. She became it. She didn't linger in his world. She left such a mark that even in her absence, she defined the atmosphere. The more he tried to forget her, the more she showed up in places she'd never been. In a song lyric that echoed her favorite phrase, in the way someone else touched their hair and reminded him of how she used to. In conversations that felt too familiar but carried none of her depth. It wasn't the memories alone, it was the realization that no one else made him feel safe and challenged at the same time. He hadn't seen it then, but now he could. She was rare, not because she was hard to find, but because she was hard to replace. And that difference, it hits like truth when the noise settles, when the dopamine fades, when the game stops being fun. That's when you notice the person who never played to win, but still left you feeling like you lost something. She never posted to make him jealous. She never used silence to spark panic. She simply lived. And in doing so, her life began to reflect something that drew attention naturally. Not because she chased it, but because people feel when someone is in alignment. It changes the way they move. It shifts their tone. It shows up in their eyes. And when he saw her again, maybe online, maybe across a room, he felt it. That shift, that glow. Not artificial, not polished, just real. She didn't look like she was getting over him. She looked like she had returned to herself. And nothing stings more than seeing the woman you once took for granted thriving in a life that no longer includes you. Not bitter, not broken, just better. Not to spite you, but in spite of you. That's what leaves a man haunted, not by what happened, but by what could have. He knew he couldn't just come back, not because she'd be cruel, but because she wouldn't shrink to fit where he left her. She had outgrown the version of herself that waited. And that's the part no one tells you. When a woman stops chasing, she's not just pausing, she's evolving. And once she evolves, the past doesn't pull the same. She never said it, but he knew. She had loved him once, fully, quietly, deeply. But when it stopped being mutual, she didn't beg, she didn't barter, she let it go. And that silence, that walk away with dignity kind of silence, it echoes louder than any door slam ever could. By now, he understood what had happened. She hadn't disappeared. He had just stopped looking when it mattered. And by the time he was ready, she was gone. Not physically, but energetically. She was no longer accessible. Not because she was angry, but because she had leveled up. And what once reached her no longer did. There comes a moment, quiet, still, when a man realizes he wasn't just dealing with a woman. He was dealing with a standard, one he didn't meet, one he thought he could keep on pause. But now that moment has passed, not with drama, not with declarations, just with a steady shift. She didn't need to tell him it was over. He could feel it, in the way her energy no longer reached him, in the way the thread between them had quietly unraveled while he was too busy to notice. Now, every moment they shared feels sharper, clearer, and heavier, because memory is cruel when it's soaked in regret. The things he once brushed off now echo with new meaning. Her stillness, her patience, the way she listened without interrupting, the times she made space for him even when he didn't ask. It all comes back, but not as comfort, as contrast, compared to what he has now and to what he lost. But here's the truth that hurts the most. She's not coming back, not because she hates him, but because she respects herself. She didn't walk away to teach him a lesson. She walked away because she taught her own. That love doesn't mean proving yourself. That silence doesn't always mean waiting. Sometimes it means I'm done speaking. And when a woman says nothing after saying everything, that's when you know you've lost her for real. That's what obsession becomes when it's built on absence. A cycle of remembrance that has no resolution. He doesn't reach out, not because he doesn't want to, but because deep down he knows. Whatever door he once had is closed now. Gently, completely. And no amount of late-night reflection will bring her back to where she used to stand. Because she's different now, stronger, lighter, not harder, but more whole. She gave herself the closure he couldn't. She didn't wait for an apology. She didn't ask for an explanation. She realized that not everything that breaks needs to be fixed. Some things just need to be released. And in that release, she became unforgettable. Not because she chased, not because she fought, but because she didn't. She knew her worth. She owned her peace. And she walked quietly, completely, into the next chapter of her life without dragging his shadow behind her. He'll remember her, not as the one who stayed, but as the one who left with grace, as the woman who never begged, but still became the person he thinks about when the noise fades, the one he scrolls past too quickly, then scrolls back to, the one he measures others against, even when he swears he doesn't. Not because she tried to be that person, but because she became it, simply by choosing herself. And that's what obsession really is. It's the echo of someone's worth finally being recognized after it's gone. She never chased him. She didn't have to. Her absence did all the talking.